Welcome to Voicewhat presents the great business story transforming India in association with NDTV Profit. The electric vehicle industry is projected to grow from $3.21 billion in 2022 to well over $100 billion in 2030. India, many believe, would turn into the second largest EV market in the world, hitting 10 million unit sales every year. Joining us now, Mr. Mahesh Babu, the CEO of Switch Mobility that manufactures electric vehicles including double-decker buses and LCVs. Thank you very much, Mr. Mahesh, for your time. If you can take us through the overview of Switch Mobility's story from where you began and where you are right now.
Switch Mobility is operational for the last 3 years in the country, and I'm very pleased that till now we have about 4 bus platforms as well as 2 light commercial vehicle platforms we have launched in the market, including the iconic double-decker which we have talked in India, and also a Switch E1 bus suitable for European market. Today we have about 1,500 vehicles of both bus and LCVs running in the market, and it has covered about 130 million plus kilometers till now. We have about 1,000 employees globally, and I'm happy to say that we have 2,000 plus orders in hand to be served globally. So by and large, I am very pleased with the innovative products which we have, the team we have to develop them. I would say that we are poised for a great journey to start with.
Can you tell us something about Switch Mobility's USP that gives you an edge in this highly competitive e-mobility market?
We are unique in the sense like we bring in innovative industry-leading products like India's first electric double-decker. We use technology. We bring in technology innovation into our products, like what we saw from a product as a electric double-decker bus with air condition. And like even if you take a light commercial vehicle, we have industry-leading first electric power steering, which gives focus to the drivers and consumers. And we focus on these technologies through connectivity. We have a Switch Ion platform which is completely connecting the ecosystem of the products, the ecosystem, the driver and the fleet management, so that everybody is transparent and you will be able to track and improve products better.
Give us a sense of your key products in your portfolio of electric buses. Also, how do you approach in terms of innovation and development when it comes to meeting customer requirements or the industry standards?
So as I said, we have 4 platforms of buses globally. We have a 12-meter bus in India. We have a double-decker which is called EIV 22. We have a product in UK which is both double-decker and single-decker. And we have developed a product called Switch E1 which is meeting European legislation. We are going to deliver the buses in Spain in the coming months. In the light commercial vehicle, we have 2 products, Switch IEV 3 and 4. And all these products are very unique, focused towards total cost of operations to our customers.
What inspired Switch Mobility to enter the double-decker electric bus market? Also take us through the initial stages of development behind this success story.
I would say the electric double-decker is a very inspirational thought on 2 fronts. One is the parent company within the Hinduja group was a pioneer in fossil fuel double-deckers. And then when I joined the company, there was a thought, why can't we bring that iconic double-decker back in electric format? First when I met everyone said it's impossible, within and outside both. Because it has to be air conditioned, it has to be 65 passengers and so on and so forth. So it's an engineering challenge which was given to the team to achieve it. I would say that the vehicle was designed with aluminum alloy body very uniquely to achieve the weight. The double-decker is very unique. It takes only 30% of higher energy to transport almost double the people.
And what behind the LCV story?
The LCV actually, if you look at it, the last mile and mid mile mobility is the costliest delivery in the whole delivery chain.
Right.
We decided that we will give technologically advanced product. So we were the first one to give a high voltage system with an electric power steering, which focuses on customers. We gave a car-like feel in the interior, and we said to our customers that when compared to a fossil fuel vehicle, even after the EMI for the electric acquisition cost, the customer would be able to save about 6,000 to 12,000 rupees depending on the kilometer given month. I would say it's a perfect trichotomy to bring in value to the society, value to the customers and the industry together.
Also share with us the approach, Switch Mobility's approach when it comes to design process to optimizing passenger comfort, be it efficiency and sustainability.
We make, let's say, the bus platform, it can run from 150 kilometers to about 350 kilometers with modular and scalable approach. That is on the intrinsic. And the most important thing is we own the software of the vehicle control unit. So basically we can bring in optimization to get the best energy efficiency. We can optimize to multiple variants, depends on application. We have an employee transport, we have a state transport undertaking bus, we have a coach which is a luxury coach in Mumbai running, and then we have BRTS. So we can get to all of these with a software adaptability which we control, which we get the best out of it.
Take us through any significant milestones that Switch Mobility has achieved over the years.
See, I would say that we were a small company within the group, startup, 3 years back. So we had about 50 employees, one product, about 60, 70 buses on road. And 3 years, I would say we have 1,000 plus employees who are capable of developing a global platform for buses and light commercial vehicles. And today our buses are running in, let's say, Europe, UK. We have recently supplied to Mauritius. So we are looking at achievements of, I would say, significant one is the double decker, which is a very engineering challenge at the wheels application challenge. Today these buses which are run about 70 vehicles on road, it has run about 22 lakh kilometers, is a significant achievement. One more important thing, we all do this with sustainability. We have been recognized as a great place to work last year, which is the only electric vehicle company which has been recognized for great place to work. And we have a complete sustainability commitments for running our buses as well. So we are trying to get solar for charging our buses in our depots. So we manufacture about our vehicles about 70% renewable already, and we have a strong commitment on decarbonizing and net zero as well.
What's your take on the future of the EV industry, particularly in the context of the interplay between private manufacturers and government regulations?
To just give you a view, today auto industry is about $121 billion industry in India. And we are talking about by 2030, EV alone is reaching about $100 billion. So there's going to be a huge potential impact in terms of life cycle, in terms of innovation, in terms of consumer chain, and also industry behavior. So EV is going to kind of transform the mobility in a total cost of ownership basis rather than the acquisition basis, because financing will play a role, leasing will play a role. And then as industry commitments to net zero come, then your people movement play an important role. And if you look at mobility in India, you can't have without public transport or mass rapid transport mobility. That's why government is bringing in new metros and many more for rapid transport. But road transport plays a very vital role in country's economic behavior, and both in people and movement. And road transport play in this, if electrification happens, that's where your pollution reduction happens, your oil import reduction happens, and maximum impact to society happens in this segment. And I believe commercial vehicle will play a very important role. We are talking about at least 10 million vehicles of electric, at least about, we are talking about 100,000 LCVs
Right.
sales by 2030. We are talking about 25,000 buses at least sales, because the government is playing a very vital role in adoption in STUs, and also private players are playing an important role because of net zero and carbon neutrality we are talking about. Our aim is to make India as a hub for global expansion,
Right.
and the supply chain as well, looking at what innovation we can bring in. So we will be a global player in mobility in commercial vehicle, and we will leverage India as a very important supply chain to this global play. That's our plan.
Thank you so much for taking us through this journey. Such a joy talking to you. That was
My
Mr.
pleasure.
Mahesh Babu, the CEO of Switch Mobility talking to us.
Hello and welcome to Voicewhat presents Great Business Story Transforming India in association with NDTV Profit. Today we zoom in on a business that is over half a century old and that has been transforming the logistics and supply chain space in India. They have created huge infrastructure in logistics, in industrial logistics, and in commercial spaces across India. The company started out in Pune, now has footprints in many other places in India. Today, we are joined by the visionary managing director of the company, Rohit Hegde, who has been leading the strategy and the transformational journey of KSH Infra. Thank you very much, sir, for your time. Firstly, KSH is 12 years old, but the group is over half century old. Tell us, how are you carrying forward the legacy of the group through KSH?
So KSH Group, we are 50-year-old. We started in 1968, started by my father. We are predominantly in manufacturing, in third-party logistics, in the container business and in the infra sector, which we started in 2012. Over a decade, we built more than 4 million square feet of grade A industrial and warehousing infrastructure in the Pune region. And we've had some of the largest marquee clients with us, like people like Kawasaki, Hindalco, Faurecia, many multinationals. We've worked with over 20 different companies who have been our clients. Something to be really proud of is that we've always been private equity funded. We originally started the business with a partner called Pacific Century from Hong Kong, and then we've had successful exits to Mapletree Holdings from Singapore and to Morgan Stanley from America. And recently we partnered with Indospace, who's the largest industrial developer in India, and we're building about 10 million square feet pan-India.
Right. So what really sparked the need of building this 4 million space of industrial parks?
There are three main drivers for business. One is, if you look at the pure warehousing business, it's been, previously it was spread out into small 10,000, 20,000 square feet facilities, which got merged into larger ones, and there was a very big need for large compliant facilities, and people like us came to service that requirement. And then if you look at the future, it's more been people like the e-commerce players, like people like Flipkart, Amazon, who have come in and taken away space from storefronts and moved to the warehouses. So there's been a very big take-up of warehousing space. And if you look at now, even large manufacturers, previously manufacturers would set up large mother plants, but now they're setting up smaller factories, and they don't want to invest in land and building. They'd rather have someone else do all the heavy lifting on that front. And that's how we ended up coming into existence.
One of your key focus perhaps is building sustainable spaces, carbon neutral parks. Tell us a little bit about how you are delivering those projects.
So one of the things that we decided right at the start is to build really high-end grade A infrastructure. One of the things that we've done is all our parks are IGBC Platinum certified parks. And our intent is to try and use the natural environment and for things like ventilation, water, retention within the site. We use a lot of natural solutions for it to ensure that we're not really harming the environment around us.
Right. So primarily you are in the Maharashtra region.
Yeah.
Where are you looking to go next?
So now our first big project is coming up in Hosur, which is for the Bangalore market. It's located in the state of Tamil Nadu, but it's catering to the Bangalore market. And we are also expanding. We're setting up 2 new projects in Chennai. In our next phase of expansion, we'll go to the National Capital Region, Gujarat, and maybe even on the eastern side, maybe a little more to Hyderabad, that kind of area.
What kind of industries do you think will become your clients?
We are very, very good with manufacturing clients because we have a very strong, design team. And if there are a lot of tenant improvements that are required within the building, for example, if you need a 200-ton crane, or you need an air-conditioned facility, or you need something that is fire rated or like needs to be a clean environment, those kind of things we are very, very good at. Our focus continues to be the manufacturing sector because their requirements tend to be more technical.
You've spoken about 8,000 to 10,000 jobs in these projects. Tell us what kind of people are going to be taking up these jobs, because anyone today who's a fresh graduate getting out of their graduate schools will be getting into the job pool and trying to get to these spaces.
For every million square feet that we construct, approximately 2,000 people are employed at that park. And we have done about 4 million square feet, so about 8,000 to 10,000 people have been employed at our various parks that we have constructed by our clients. And these could be typically engineering jobs, like it could be R&D, it could be manufacturing jobs which are on the shop floor, high-end jobs which are machining jobs, or it could be even low-end jobs like blue-collar jobs. Most of our parks employ more than 40 to 50% women, because now the manufacturing sector is also pushing in India for more women to be hired in the sector.
Now, there are many companies that are in this warehousing space. Typically what you're doing, logistics and warehousing. How unique is the product that you deliver?
If you look at India, there are just a handful of pan-India players. We want to be a pan-India player, and our product is grade A product. Like if you look at any of our buildings, we command the highest rentals in the market. We have also commanded the highest exit price in the market. One of the most important aspects of the product that we build is it's 100% compliant. And that goes a long way with large investors. And there are very few people who are able to deliver a high quality product which is 100% compliant in India.
That brings me to the question of the impact of your company on the ecosystem.
We have consistently invested in the local community over the last few years. We are supporting multiple organizations which are, sending, children to colleges, paying for their college education. There's an organization called Mudita which we support, which is doing that. There's also an organization called Parijat Foundation which we support, and they are running a school which is run by the Pune Women's Council in Pune. Just to give you an idea, we've done almost 1,500 crores worth of projects just in the Pune region. And that means that there's a lot of jobs for locals in terms of construction equipment that we are using on the site. And we have seen that over the last 10 years, a lot of the contractors who have been working for us have really grown in size and have grown also employing a lot of people from the local community.
And when one looks at the mission of the company, and mission statement would mean what you look at in the next 5 to 7 years, what would that be?
So we've done 4 million square feet in 12 years. Our intent now is to build 10 million square feet over the next 5 years. Our intent, of course, is to eventually either REIT or InvIT or maybe even look at the capital markets for other opportunities. As a company, we want to make a difference to we want to put India on the global map, and we want to do our bit to be able to do that.
Right. Opportunities don't come without challenges. So talk to us a little bit about the challenges that you've been facing in trying to expand.
Sure. So one of the largest challenges, land acquisition. The ownership structure in India is such that, it's very fragmented ownership. So putting it all together, and even the zoning of land is different from within a 50-acre radius, like, you will have like, 7, 8 different zones, and, converting those zones, getting all the local approvals for it, that takes up a lot of time. Some of our acquisitions have taken us a year and a half, 2 years. We've had successful run when the government is involved, and we'd expect that if the government gets more involved in this could be, it could be fast-tracked. Otherwise, that continues to be a big concern area for us.
What would you really call an achievement by the company?
I think the biggest achievement for us is that, we, from 12 years ago to now, we've built 4 million square feet, we've deployed 1,500 crores. We've done, we are one of the only private players which have done transactions with 3 large financial institutions from, multinational financial institutions. And we are well known for that in the sector. And one of our most ambitious plans has been to go pan-India. We are very proud to say that, we are now entering the Bangalore and Chennai market. And we've set up a whole investment team in Mumbai to be able to do this. And that's one of our greatest achievements. And we hope to see the fruits of that in the next 5 years.
And what about your 25% of your workforce working with you for over 10 years? Isn't that a...
Yes, absolutely. So across the board, we have about 350 people who work for us. 25% of them are there for more than 10 years. And
that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, we've always been able to attract talent and retain talent, and that's something that we're very proud of. Our culture is like that.
Right, and I think a lot of the youngsters who are listening to you and to your interview would then be expecting for these parks to come up, for more and more of them to find employment. Thank you very much for talking to us.
Thanks so much.